record. All right.
Welcome to the K-Town Brothers podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your co-host, Uncle Jew. Somewhere there he is Kobe Juan Shinobi.
What's up? What's up?
Oh man, let's see. What do we got? We got Jake Paul fight.
Oh, yeah, that
Sure
guy.
you missed that.
I forgot that guy was even out here doing whatever stupid shit he does.
Yeah.
A grifter.
Yeah, definitely. But making a shit ton of money doing it though. Lord have mercy.
It's amazing people. How many people with no talent can just make so much. I mean, that's the thing. Like, people will argue, like, oh, I mean, he's got talent. He's tricking these people. I'm like, he's not even that good. People are just so willing to. I have seen people with no talent who are way more talented at conning people out of giving money for nothing.
Right. Like any of those street niggas that do that little ball thing. Like any of them have more talent in their, fucking pinkies. Follow the ball.
Uh-huh. Man.
I don't know. It's amazing to me how much, like, again, I can't even make 50 grand for my family, but these fucking people, Kanye West does his fucking 2 or 3 listening parties and makes, $20 million. Like, he didn't even release the album and made $20 million off of it. Like, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, man. Where the fuck did I go wrong?
Dude, think about that. Think about how much of a con that is. I got an album. I'm going to not release it and let some people listen to it for 10 million.
Right.
I'm going to do that again for another 10 million. Maybe I'll do it one more time for another 10 million. Then I'll release it and I'll make a whole bunch of money.
Right.
So this is an old ass album at this point.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be released as new. And he's still going to probably make a bunch of money off of it. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. Oh man. I can't get through it though. I don't know. It's just not good.
So wait, did he release it or you listened to
it?
Yeah.
He finally released it.
Oh, okay.
He released it like right before Drake released his album.
Yeah.
But I got through Drake's album. It was all right.
You got through his little Smurf voice, his high pitch.
Yeah. I got through Papa Smurf's album.
Every time he talks, it's like he had just taken a drink of Kool-Aid. He's like, oh shit, I gotta say something, and he's still like, it's in his throat. He's like, I'm just trying to talk, y'all. I'm just on my game. I got shooters in the streets.
He is a sweet booty nigga. For real. Booty goon ass nigga.
Yeah. Oh man.
But I got through his at least. It was all right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Plus Kanye's album's like 27 songs or some shit like that. It's like an hour and 48 fucking minutes. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's too artsy. Yeah. Everything is just, he's like, the first track is dun 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 dun. What the fuck? For fucking 3 minutes. That's all you hear. Dun dun dun. Oh Lord have mercy. All right, bro. It's too fucking artsy fartsy for me.
You're not on his level. You don't got the answers, Jay.
Clearly. Then you got fucking Soulja Boy all butt hurt. I don't know if you heard about that.
Because I didn't know he was even still around.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was working at Wendy's or something.
Right, he should be, but apparently he's made a bunch of good investments. I don't know how accurate that is, but
well, wait, is his name Soulja Boy or is his name still Soulja Boy Tell Him?
I didn't know it was ever Soldier Boy. Tell him.
I
That's
remember
funny.
him being very adamant about his entire name was Soldier Boy. Tell him.
Oh wow. That adds a whole new level of sadness for this fucking shitty little guy. Like, I know he refers to himself. I'm Big Draco. All right. You're a
Okay.
big gun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, buddy. Sure.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's all butthurt because Kanye took him off of the final album cut.
Oh yeah.
I guess he had him do a verse and then he cut him from the album.
Be in
So
the play,
he's all like,
coach.
motherfucker, now he wants to fucking box him in a ring. And he like, yeah, he wants to fight Kanye.
Is
now.
that his solution? Does he want to
That's
box
his,
everybody?
yes. Yes.
Wow.
With his bony ass. Probably can't fight. I could probably whoop his ass, and that's sad. Like, cause I'm whole ass out of shape. I ain't seen the inside of a gym in, this side of a fucking decade.
You ain't seen the outside of a gym.
Right. I walk past that motherfucker every day whenever me and Lydia go for our little walk, but like that's the closest I get to a fucking gym.
Yeah.
But this dude, like, I don't know. These fucking people, man. It's wild out here.
Yeah. It is crazy, man.
It's exhausting too. So much stupid shit going on.
Yeah.
Now the United States is rolling back on abortion everywhere now. Now Texas is fucking
These snitch ass laws.
oh my god.
Like I saw a thing they're thinking about trying to do that shit in Florida. Guess how surprised I was?
0%.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I guess there's nothing better for them to get at anything. They just dealing. I thought that shit was over.
no.
Like, why are we still talking about who is it? Whoever versus whoever, like
Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, there you go. Roe versus Wade. Like, why are we still having this same fucking debate? Like, this is ridiculous at this
You know
point.
what it is, dude? It's like that movie where there's like a guy. I don't know. There's like something happens. And then at the end of the movie, the last 10 minutes, you find there's a plot twist. And the bad guy is really this dude who like somebody bumped into him and like he dropped his sandwich on the ground. And he was like, one of these days.
Right.
And he's been holding that hatred in his heart, just letting it stew and just right. And so finally at the very end, he comes back when everybody else is like, yo, you still on that stuff?
Right.
Like that's the way these anti-abortion people have been. They have been just praying about this shit and whatever else. So yeah.
I just Jesus Christ, let people have abortions if they want them. Who gives a fuck if they're going to hell? Isn't that their problem?
I mean,
well, you go to hell if you want to. Well, that's how it should be.
Don't they want people like? So here's the thing: if you believe in God, you want people who are good to be rewarded, right?
Okay.
So the other side of that coin is that you want people who are not good to be punished. Correct. So why are you trying to prevent people from doing shit that's going to get them punished? Let them do it. Yeah. Let them go to hell. And then that's the world. The universe is working the way it's supposed to. Right. You don't want to have everybody in heaven anyway, because it's going to be crowded. Right. But what's better, when you go to the club when it's nice or when it's all just elbow to elbow?
Right.
That's what I don't understand. It's like they trying to get everybody into heaven, even people who don't want to go.
Right. Well, no, you're going with me. No, nigga, I shoot niggas.
You're going to go to heaven and you're going to like it.
You're going to like it. No, I shoot niggas. This is, I'm not eligible.
Speaking of shooting niggas.
Oh boy.
I just watched this a thing on Frontline about the Liberty City 7. It was these black dudes in Miami who got put up on terrorist charges.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember hearing about that
No,
around
I've never heard of it.
2008, something like that.
Okay.
So check it out. There's this dude. So all these dudes, this is Miami. All these dudes are kind of, Haitian ass,
Cocaine cowboy.
I mean, a little bit, but they're definitely all Haitian. I mean, they're still black, but
okay.
They're not black the way we are. They're a little different, right. Immigrant black.
Right. Yeah.
But still, they're in the hood, same shit for the most part. So there's this one dude, his name's Baptiste.
Okay.
And he's one of these, he's one of these dudes. He eventually has started like this church. Mm-hmm. Imagine a black dude, kind of a skinny black dude with like a weird turban thing wrapped around his head. Mm-hmm. He walks around with like a 6 foot tall wooden stick. And he's always talking about like trying to do shit for the community and uplift and all this other kind of shit, right?
Okay.
So he's one of those kind of dudes. I feel some of those dudes are a little crazy, but not necessarily in a bad way.
Right.
They all into that Hotep Egyptian quasi-Muslim,
right? Israelite ass fucking
yeah,
shit. Right.
Black Israelite shit.
Right.
So he's one of those type of dudes, and so he gets these other dudes, and they eventually start like this little church or whatever, and they eventually start this little construction business together because they're all in construction anyway.
Okay.
So at the same time, there's this shady ass Middle Eastern dude who's a snitch. He gets run out of New York for snitching. So he moves to Miami and he's like, I'm kind of hungry. I ain't snitched on some niggas in a while.
Oh, wow.
So the whole story is that so this dude's kind of the one black dude with the stick, Baptiste. Mm-hmm. He's kind of weird. He's already kind of a weird guy.
Right.
Clearly. And so what happens is basically this Middle Eastern dude sort of pushes this guy into a situation where he's like, yo, I know you guys need some money to help with your business and your community center, blah, blah, blah. So I can help you meet this guy. And this guy, he might know Osama bin Laden or some shit like that, right? And so according to this guy, this Baptiste dude, he was like, yo, I don't know all about that shit, but those niggas got money. So if I could scam these niggas and get some of that Salegum Salam money,
right,
for myself, maybe I could fucking flip it around. I might have to pay these dudes back, but am I really worried about these dudes? These dudes gonna come into the hood and start shooting up shit? No.
Okay.
So that's my first sidebar. That's my first kind of question I have. I want to get your thought. What do you think the odds are of some street dude who lives like in the hood, like for real, borrowing some money from some, terrorist ass people, it don't matter who, mm-hmm. and then having to worry about them coming back for their money?
I mean, these legit terrorists. I mean, you threw Osama's name in there. These niggas get down.
Yeah, but you got to remember, as long as you ain't in Asia, what are they gonna do over here? I mean, that's the thing.
Get shot over here, you get blown up over here. Just
by who?
The niggas that's over here that you borrowing the money from.
I mean,
somebody has to hand you a bag of money, don't they?
But here's the thing: if these dudes had shooters and shit in the U.S., those would be the dudes that they be getting to do crazy shit. They wouldn't be trying to recruit dudes in the hood to do crazy shit.
That's true.
So if you think about it, you're like, yo, they were like, this is the perfect scam. Because these dudes can't be real. Because if they were real, like the FBI or somebody would already had these dudes. So these dudes are fake. So if I could just get this money to come through,
right,
it's free money.
That's wild.
And I was like, yo, these dudes are on some next level shit. I never even thought about it that way.
Okay.
Because that was supposedly that was their plan. Because they like eventually they got recorded doing like a pledge to Al Qaeda or some shit. They're like, oh yeah. We select up, yeah, all that shit. Yeah, we about that life.
Fuck America. All right.
But you know, the whole thing was actually set up by the feds. There was not a single actual Al Qaeda person involved in the whole thing.
Wow.
Not one. It was all completely fabricated on the FBI side, and on the dude side, they were just trying to scam some Middle Eastern dudes out of some cash.
I don't see how that's not entrapment when the FBI does shit like that.
It took them three trials to get any of them. They started with 7, and they only convicted 5 of them after 3 trials. They had 2 mistrials.
Okay.
Same reason. They're like, there's a lot of bullshit involved here.
Yeah, that's
because that's the thing. Like, these dudes didn't have no money.
Right.
They didn't have no guns. And they weren't even talking. The only time they ever talked about doing some crazy shit was when one of the 2 informant dudes was around. And they was like, oh yeah, we gonna do some crazy shit. Like, we go, you know, there's lots of things that we know how to do. Like, here, I saw this video. I think the first time the dude with the stick was talking to like one of the snitches. The guy was like, here, write down list of guns you want. And he was like, we want machine gun pistols. I'm like, yo, this dude.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Now the thing that gets me is that you cannot tell me that when the FBI watched that shit, they didn't stop the tape and start laughing their asses off. Because they knew this dude was full of shit.
They probably didn't. They was probably licking their chops.
You think so?
Yeah, we got this motherfucker. Them niggas, there ain't no telling how long they was chasing somebody. You know, if these motherfuckers couldn't convict these niggas in 3 trials, how long have they been trying to okey doke somebody into, you know, thinking that they joining the Al Qaeda or whatever the fuck their little plan was? You know what I mean? Like, so they was probably geeked about it. And I mean, I would hope, just off the strength of how dumb that was, that they still paused the tape and laughed their ass off, you know, thinking like, oh, this shit's gonna be easier than we thought. You know, like, we got us some dumb niggas.
Yeah.
That's what I would think. That's wild.
Yeah, it is.
I just don't see how it's not entrapment.
That's you know, because reasons, technicalities.
Right. Yeah. I'm so sick of that shit. Yeah. I'm done with so much of this America shit. Fucking country.
It's weird, man. Like, it's funny because when I lived in Chicago, I felt trapped and alone because I was surrounded by just these crazy ass people doing wild shit, you know? And now, in some ways, especially recently, I still feel kind of trapped and alone because I'm just surrounded by white people who have no clue. Like, they live in a completely different world and they don't understand. Like, I don't remember who it was. I remember hearing somebody say that being like a Black person in America is like, imagine being gaslighted by an entire country full of people 24 hours a day. Like, oh, I don't know. What do you mean? There's no racism. Like, what are you talking about? There's not. What do you mean? Like,
you have all the opportunities in the world.
You must be mistaken. Right. And even if it's not that far in the extreme, it's more like, well, I'm sure that was an accident, or it's not always going to turn out that way, or, oh, that was just a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, people, specifically between like Black and white people, have lived in a different reality for so long that it should not be a surprise that has gotten worse. And now white people are now splintering into their own little realities with like Trump and all this other kind of shit. And we can't agree on what's real anymore.
And that's what I was about to say. Like, and it's almost welcomed to just make up some crazy shit. Like, oh, oh, refer to me as him. An hour ago, I was her. You know, like it's all right, all right. And it's just like there's just so much nonsense that is accepted socially, like that, you know. And I know it's gonna become a bigger thing with, you know, what are they calling themselves? Trans racial or some shit like that.
I don't know nothing about that.
Well, there's a movement now, and whatever you identify as racially, you could change your race.
I mean, race is made up anyway, so
All this shit is made up.
it is.
Like, and so, like, part of me is like, whatever, you know, fuck it. Just have fun, you know, like, and the other part of me is like, some of this shit is so stupid. Like, just, I don't know. It's fucking exhausting. No, like, just being on the shit end of it, you know, being on the poor side of everything. And it's just like, I just get tired of it, man. I just can't. I can't even deal with it most of the time. So I realistically just try to ignore it for the most part. Like, because this shit's just getting so silly. Like, did I talk to you? I think I did. About that fucking them checks at the job.
Oh, something about they were missing for like a month, and then all of a sudden they got real interested in where they were, some shit like that.
This fucking check was there since fucking June 23rd. Like, and then the fucking supervisor bitch wants to come jumping out her fucking body, you know. And she had asked, and I looked at the bitch like she was jumping out her body, because she was, because I don't know who the fuck she thought she was talking to. But she's gonna go ask the same fucking question that she asks every fucking week. Oh, well, are you guys, you know, signing them out in the system? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I am. I can only speak for me. Well, that's all I'm asking you to do. You can't speak for anybody else. You can only speak for yourself. Bitch, who the fuck is you talking to? Like, but at any given fucking moment, these motherfuckers got $1 million worth of fucking checks just sitting around in that fucking place. And then 2 days before the fucking check is gonna expire or become void, then they lose their fucking shit about it. There was a $1.8 million check sitting in there for 2 fucking weeks. Why is this money just sitting around?
Because they have plenty and it doesn't matter.
Like, and if it don't matter, then it don't matter.
Exactly.
If y'all didn't give a shit about this shit, about this $209,000 check that showed up in fucking June, you know what I mean? Like, if it didn't matter then, what the fuck? Why are you gonna try to? Well, who's responsible for misplacing this check? Who's to blame for what? For y'all not giving a fuck about a bunch of fucking money? Like, I don't know. I just have to not care about anything.
And you know what's funny about that? I mean, not funny in a good way. You'll have that, right? You'll have like some dude, they'll be like, hey, you know, we got this problem with the mail room and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes these checks sit around $1 million, you know, for months, blah, blah, blah. He's like, whatever, that's little potatoes, you know. That exact same night, this dude will go downtown to the little TV station, you know, Coming to you now, we're talking to the CEO of this place at our location in Chicago. Yeah, we can't afford to just be giving people raises and shit and healthcare. I mean, this money doesn't grow on trees. Every single dollar that we have in this place is taken care of like it's a newborn baby Jesus. Like every one of them, like we got 100 million baby Jesuses. We love every one of those little. We kiss them every night before they go to sleep. We got little beds for them. Like, really?
We love our ducats.
It's like, do you care about money or not?
I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't get. I don't know. I guess it ain't for me to get.
But there's just so much ridiculousness.
Yeah.
That is in big business and the world and all this, and I just can't care. I don't got enough energy. I don't got enough time to give a shit.
That's the smart way to look at it, man. Like, you gotta, especially as you get older, you don't got all this extra energy,
right?
Throw away.
Like, I lay down too long and my back hurts. That's my fucking problem this weekend. Like, I've been laying down too much. My fucking back hurts like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm pretty sure I'm over rested.
Yeah.
But I could go lay down right now.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you.
I feel you.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I just really be trying to take it a day at a time nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much going on every fucking day.
Yeah.
Now the Taliban has their own fucking country.
I mean, to be fair, they did when we went over there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were in charge when we went over there. And that's the thing I don't understand. Like, I don't want to say it was an argument, but I was having a discussion with a friend of mine the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about a bunch of stuff. And specifically, the thing I didn't understand was, and it was a small tangent, but we were talking about Afghanistan. And the thing that she said I didn't understand was like, she's like, yeah, but we left Afghanistan and now all of those women and children are like, we were there and they at least had a little bit better situation.
Yeah.
And then we left and now it's bad,
Immediately. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's true, but we didn't go over there to help them. Like, that was a byproduct. Like, they were having a shit time before we went over there and we knew about it. And we were like, yeah, fuck those guys. But then as soon as we heard, oh, what's his name was over there, then we were like, oh, let's go in and get him. And while we're here, I guess we'll try to help these people or whatever. But
I thought you were going to say, while we're here, we might as well take some of this oil.
Well, there's no oil in Afghanistan, I don't think. No, it's opium, if anything.
Oh, okay.
I think. But that's the thing I don't understand. I feel like people get okey doked into like, oh, what about the women and children? I'm like, what about the women and children in 1985?
Right.
Like, we didn't care about them then. Like, I don't remember what year, but whenever the Soviet Union left, because they had been invading Afghanistan and then they left. What about the poor women and children then? Like, we didn't immediately go over there and start trying to, help them figure out how to vote and stuff.
I finally got around to watching this, and this is kind of on the same subject. I finally got around to watching this North Korea defector lady on the Joe Rogan show.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, she says some pretty disturbing shit.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, they don't know that they're in they don't know that they're slaves.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought the bitch was gonna get canceled for saying this because she was obviously talking about black people with her North Korean ass. And she says that, you know, people over here think or act like they're oppressed. But if you know that you're being oppressed, you're not oppressed. And she went on to explain how, you know, people over there don't even like, they don't have electricity. They don't know. There's not even a concept of murder over there, she said. So many people just get killed all the fucking time. It's nothing for people's kids to come up missing and shit like that. It's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then she was talking about these motherfuckers are cannibals. They eat people.
In North Korea?
Yeah. So once China cut their border off, she said that's when it got really bad. Whenever China cut their trade off, like that's when cannibalism really picked up. She's like, at any given moment, you could go to one of their markets over there, and there's this meat that nobody asks where it's from. You know, nobody asked any questions, you know, because she said her first meal, this is how bad it is over there. Her first meal that she had after she was out of North Korea, she just wanted a bunch of boiled eggs because those are delicacies over there. Fucking eggs.
Wow.
She said that they didn't even know that a cow was a cow, and that like the meat that comes off of a cow comes off of a cow. They don't have that fucking knowledge. Like, and that shit, boy. But, you know, going back to the fucking point, you know, who cares? Why is this okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, she was saying that their fucking government doesn't even give them rice. Like, nothing. Like, these people are just over there. Bad. Like, that shit's fucked up, man. I was like, God damn.
And that's my problem with this argument a lot of people make about, well, we need to be the world's police. Well, then, okay, let's assume that's true. How come you ain't doing your fucking job?
Right.
Like, first of all,
why are some communists okay and others aren't?
Yeah. Yeah. China, like, hey, I mean, all respect to the Chinese, you know, they just did their own path, and, you know, but North Korea, like, oh no, fuck them, they're crazy, and, you know, communism is evil, you know. And again, this goes to the whole, whenever we are not willing to publicly state the obvious, here's the thing, you have a mirror, right? A solid mirror. There's no blemishes on it, no cracks. You know, there's one picture. It shows you exactly like what's behind you, what's in front of it, right? Once you get a crack in it, if you continue to put pressure at that crack, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And eventually more cracks are going to form. And every one of those little pieces in between a crack is like its own separate little mirror, because the angle is going to be slightly different. And so you're not going to see the exact same picture in each one. And until you fix the mirror or something, it's just going to continue to get worse and worse. And that's what's happened here. Like, we have pretended that shit that's real isn't real, and shit that ain't real is real for so long that it doesn't even matter anymore at this point. I don't even know if we can ever repair it.
I don't think so.
Because it's like nothing matters anymore.
Right.
Well, that could be fake. Oh, no, okay. So it's on video. All right. Well, we'll go take you right in person to see it happen. Oh, they're all crisis actors. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, look, we'll show you where these people live, and these are the jobs that they have. Oh no, they're being paid by, like, there's always an
There's
excuse.
always something, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we've done this. And when I say we, I mean specifically in the United States, that we have so often in different parts of the world, by virtue of us being the world leader,
Right.
we have pushed the idea that, like, look, we're in charge and we pretend a bunch of shit that ain't true is true all the time. So it must be okay.
Right.
So then eventually everybody else starts doing it. And then the game gets more and more complicated. And then nobody knows who's who anymore and what's what. Because everything's a fucking conspiracy or a double cross or a triple cross or it's a quadruple cross.
Right.
It's like, that I know that that I know.
It's
and
like
because
that,
that I know.
It's like that Hot Wheel thing from a long time ago. Crisscross, crash. Just waiting for the cars to slam into each other at this point.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. It's like I was saying, it's just fucking too much for me, man. I look. Everybody can pretend but me. That's how it feels.
Exactly.
Everybody can pretend but me. When I try, they're like, hey, nigga, the fuck is going on here? Red is red and blue is blue, god damn it. Right. Right now. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. And as soon as I walk out the door, all right, guys, this shit's green. You know, like the nigger was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody can fucking play pretend but me. Everybody.
Yeah.
These fucking people, man. So I don't know, but I've always been kind of like, you put my back against the wall and you give me two bad decisions to have to make. Like, I'm gonna make the one that's closest to not giving a fuck. You know, like I'm not gonna play this bullshit with you. Like, that's why, like, after we had talked a few weeks ago about this pronoun shit, how everybody's putting it on emails and shit now. Look, I'm not. Be whoever the fuck you want to be. I just, what's your fucking name? Because that's all I could care about right now. What the fuck is your name? James or Janice? What the fuck you want me to call you? You know, like, I can't keep. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna participate in it at all. I just can't. It's too much.
And you know what? Honestly, if we are to expect people to be able to choose the pronouns that they want to be used for them, I think it's okay, in my opinion. It's only my opinion, that people who don't even want to use pronouns anymore and just say the person's name, I think that's fine too.
Damn well ought to be.
Because the problem is supposed to be using the wrong one. So if you don't use them at all, you never have to worry about using the wrong pronoun if you just cut them out of your language.
Just tell me what your fucking name is.
Yeah.
And if you don't want me to call you your fucking name, I won't. I'll say, hey, you. Excuse me.
Excuse me, citizen.
Right. Human. I have a question, human. Are you human? You might not be human. I don't want to offend anybody.
You can't, because you might have Wheezy in the room. And then
right. Yeah.
He what did he say?
Clearly a Martian.
He's a Martian, yeah.
He's a Martian. Yeah. So it's funny. I just, again, man, I can only go a few weeks, you know, like keeping it silent, so to speak, like, and then I hear about it again, and then it bothers me again, and then I'm like, But it's always something different, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something different that people are pretending, you know, like, and the newest thing that I've just had to get over was just, you know, fucking people trying to act like this vaccine is the end all solution and it stops it from spreading when the leading experts are saying openly that it doesn't. Like, and it's just like, well, why are you still putting all of these, you know, oh, well, if you want to eat at this restaurant, you have to be vaccinated. That doesn't matter.
It does matter. It's not that it doesn't matter. That's when you start getting into, see, that's the problem, is that people get into two different arguments. Some people want to have a yes, no argument, and some people want to have a percentage argument. So yes, no argument, does it prevent it? No. Does it make it better? Yes. And then that's when you can have the really reasonable argument about how much better and blah, blah, blah. But the two arguments keep getting mixed together all the time. And so the people who are like wanting to require it are people who are advocating for, let's do as much as we can to make it better. And honestly, if we had done that before, we wouldn't be in this situation. We could be in a situation right now where nobody has no restrictions on nothing. Nobody has to wear a mask. If we had gone on top of this shit in the beginning. But because we can't agree on fucking reality, you know, this is where we're at now. And then we argue, and we don't even argue about the same thing.
Right.
It's like, I'm telling you.
Apples, oranges.
Yeah. It's like, I'm telling you, these apples are delicious. And then the other person's like, I don't give a fuck about your oranges.
Right.
Like, what? Well, you two are like literally punching each other in the face and you arguing about two separate things.
But yeah, it's just too much for me, man.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Dude, the thing I've been trying to do more is just focus on the things that I like and the things that I enjoy. Because I've been having to narrow my focus. I used to like to be like this and just take the world in.
Mm-hmm. There's too much information now.
It's not even that to me. To me, it's just there's so much bullshit and everything is just on fire and wrong and stupid. Yeah. And it drives me crazy. Because I'm one of those people that thinks the world should get better every year.
Yeah.
And there's literally a group of people who are trying to burn the entire planet down, literally and figuratively, just because it makes them feel better about themselves. Like if I can, I know that the more I do it, the less stable it makes everything. But if I can just grab all the sand on the sandcastle as much as I can, I know eventually it's going to fall in and suffocate all of us. But at least I'll be the one who had the biggest pile of sand before we're all dead.
Right.
Like that's the mentality that a lot of these billionaires and fucking trillionaires have.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I can't anymore. Like before I used to have this mentality of, okay, we've got problems, but let's see if we can fix them before they get too bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I have officially switched my life view to, I'm just going to try to enjoy everything before it's all gone.
Right.
Because it's already gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, I feel like it's already gone. I feel like we've already crested the hill. Like, I feel like I would have been one of those people that would have just been like on the Titanic. And I'm like, I'm a guy, obviously. I'm a black guy. Obviously, I wouldn't get on a fucking lifeboat. So I'd just be sitting in the back with some homies and we just be
drinking.
Yeah. Like this is all we got.
Just fuck it.
That's you know what? This is the last 25 minutes I have of anything. So I'm just going to try to just vibe out. Have some fun.
Checking out.
Yep. Before it's all over. And, that's not to say that, if there's little ways that I could try to help people feel better or whatever, I'm willing to do that. And I'm not going to try to stop anybody. from, trying to make things better. And I might even still help on occasion. But I am not on a daily basis going to commit myself to spending any more of my limited personal energy on trying to be engaged in saving the world anymore, because I can barely keep my life in order
Right.
as it is.
That's my thing. I have enough trouble trying to get my shit together. Like even cleaning up, I have trouble with, like I need to clean this fucking basement. Like, but didn't get around to it. I'll get to it eventually, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
One of those procrastinate. But yeah, I only got so much time and energy to be spending on that shit. Like when something happens at work now and the team lead comes up and says, oh, well, hey, if this is to everything. And I just don't care. You don't have to care to do a good job. I still try to do the best job I can, but as far as when something goes wrong, I don't give a fuck. Oh well, we lost the $209,000 check. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all shouldn't have left it sitting around here for 3 fucking months. I don't know what to tell you. Seems obvious that what the fucking problem is. You guys don't want to fucking do anything about it. So, and you're the geniuses. You're the ones in the position. You're the college graduates. You're the master degrees and MBA holders and all of this. So, y'all smarter than me, but clearly you don't need me telling you what to do. So whatever.
I just be over here, boss. I be sweeping.
I was just bees in the mail's room now.
I just be sweeping, boss. That's all I be's doing.
You want this sent out FedEx or USPS, massa?
I'm gonna play that role you fucking put me in. It's funny. There's this phrase I always think about. I think it's a Karl Marx phrase. Mm-hmm. And he uses it to describe like socialism or some shit, communism. I don't know. I think it's socialism. Okay. But I think it has so many other applications too in regular life, especially in what we're talking about right now. It's from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. And I'm like, from each according to his ability. Well, you know what? I don't have the ability to keep the planet from burning, but you know who does? Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. So you know what? I am no longer going to beat myself up because I can't figure out the solution to how to fix the planet, because the people, the starting 5 who should be on that team have no interest in playing.
Right.
So if they're not interested in playing, why should I beat myself up? I'm like number 20 billion down on the list or some shit, like who the fuck am I? Right. So if it was really important, somebody else would be doing it, Right. So apparently what is important is for 2 super rich white guys to put themselves in space. Excuse me, 3.
All right.
So, okay, that's what we doing now. Cool.
Right.
I think I'm going to have a sandwich today. I haven't had a sandwich in a long time. That's what I think. You have fun with your space. Right. I'm trying to eat a sandwich before I die.
And yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes it easier to take in, so to speak. Like whenever I have thoughts about like, whatever, man, this I can't do nothing, like it makes it easier to deal with for me realistically. If y'all don't care, why the fuck should I? I certainly don't get paid to care. I'll tell you that much. That I can tell you.
It's like you go to somebody's house and they got like some crazy problem, and it's obvious they know about the problem. You're like, you feel like you should try to help them fix it, but I'm like, I mean, they seem to be okay. They might even like it. I don't know.
Right.
But they don't seem worried about it. So why should I be more worried about it than they are? And they don't seem worried about it at all.
Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day, at least from my perspective, none of this really matters anyway. You know, depending on what your religion is or whatever, or lack thereof. If you're an atheist, none of this matters
At all.
If you believe in heaven and hell, none of this matters, because you go to heaven or you go to hell, and that's it. So anything that happens here doesn't matter. If you're a Buddhist, none of this shit matters anyway, because none of it's real.
That's what I've been feeling more so lately. It's like this shit is all fake somehow. Because if nothing matters, nothing matters. You know?
Yeah.
And I take that, you know, to an extreme maybe, but it just doesn't feel like it matters. That's all.
Yeah.
It feels fake. Like it makes me think maybe we are in some sort of weird simulation, you know?
Yeah.
The world is much older than what we know or something, you know? But also thinking about shit like that helps me, you know, like thinking about stupid shit like aliens and Bigfoot and, you know, silly shit like that. Like, you know, oh, these unsolvable world mysteries or something, you know, like thinking about that shit helps pass the time for me. The shit's entertaining. So I'd rather, if I'm gonna have to deal with some fake shit anyway, you know, I'd rather it, you know, be fairy tale fake, you know, for all I care, because that's, you know, that makes just as much sense as somebody explaining to me their blackness as a transracial person. Stop it. Yeah. I'm not dealing with transracialism or whatever. Like, stop it.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard much about that. That sounds like
it's some new shit.
Yeah, but that sounds like some new shit that there's a surprisingly large amount of shit that racist white boys make up on the internet and trick other people into believing is actually true. Because they'll come up with some shit and shoot that shit out through the back doorway and let it circle around 10 miles out of town, then come back in on the other side and pretend like it's some new idea.
It's also something that I've been calling for a while too.
I mean, that's part of the reason why, you know, they're like, oh, you know what people might be expecting?
Yeah.
They might be expecting this.
Right.
So let's start spreading it around, getting people pissed off about it.
I just can't. I'm good. I just choose not to deal with any of that shit no more.
Yeah.
Like we went to two things. I saw this video of this kid, had to be 16, 17 years old, working at McDonald's, and somebody was picking up their order in the drive-thru, and the dude sticks his hand out. He's got this big blingy watch on, right? And then somebody's in the car. All the people in the car start making fun of him for wearing fake jewelry. He works at McDonald's. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What is he supposed to be? Some drug kingpin working at McDonald's?
You'd make fun of him for that.
Building up Social Security. you know, for when he retires. Like he's a 16-year-old working at McDonald's. Yeah, he's got a fake watch on. Why is this so funny?
He's a kid.
He's a fucking child. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, that's one. Two, we went to dinner the other day for Lydia's nephew's birthday, and a couple of his knucklehead friends from wherever were there, right? And these, again, kids probably 10 years old or something, you know, 11 maybe. And these kids get to talking about, oh, well, I got this girlfriend and I got a girlfriend, and you know, yeah. Where do y'all go out? Like this none of this shit. So like I can't even, like, I was just rolling my eyes at the fucking conversation, because I remember being a kid trying to show out and, you know, trying to impress people and all this silly ass shit. Like, and you know, they get into these little kids get into similar arguments that like grown people get into on the fucking internet that doesn't even apply to them. It's like, you don't even have a job. You don't make money. You're not rich. Stop it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? But that's what everything kind of leads to with me. Like, the fuck are we talking about? Like, and it's the same thing with this country, and, you know, with all of this silliness of people just pretending, you know, like abortion is the number one issue in this fucking country right now. Okay. Sure. I thought we were over abortion at this point. Like, all the states had the same fucking law. You could get a baby snatched out of you, whatever. It was fine. What the fuck went wrong? Did too many people start killing babies? I don't understand. Who gives a shit now? Did you notice there's some other shit going on in this fucking country?
Yeah.
We got to worry about plucking babies out, whether they're babies or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I don't give a fuck. They're not my kids, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? But this is what we're fucking talking about. Okay.
And
whatever.
And it doesn't matter because, okay, you prevent fucking, you care, you want to stop abortion because you care about these, as you want to call them. These are babies. As soon as they touch the thing.
They care about black babies so much. And but you know, there's got to be more black people killing babies than whites. There's got to be.
And then you turn around after that little black baby is born, like, hey, can we get some free healthcare for this little black baby?
What?
Like, hey. Like, we should only be, do people deserve to have free healthcare? I mean, we should talk about that.
We got to take care of you now? Your fucking parents had you. Oh, because they had no fucking choice. Fucking assholes. Fucking people. But again, all of that shit, to me, it all goes, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, so many conversations, like, even at work, like, there's so many conversations that don't make sense to even have anymore.
You know, like, what? Here's an example. I'm just like a made up example. An example would be, you know that there's this problem that they routinely have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of checks that just sit around collecting dust. And you know this, you know, but yet last month you had like 7 meetings about the bathroom and
somebody like, peeing on the toilet.
Yeah, or making sure somebody contacts maintenance when the, you know, like, there needs to be 3 backup rolls of toilet paper in every stall. And there's been some times where there's only been 2 full backup rolls. Like, what are you even complaining? Like, there's 2 rolls of paper and it gets replaced every
Panera bread, you know, fucking meetings, corner bakery and shit.
Yeah. Like it's like what are the priorities are just completely
It's fucked, man.
bananas.
Jesus, it's fucked. Like,
But honestly, they do that shit on purpose because a lot of people are dumb enough to get, like you were talking about, they get caught up in this abortion discussion and they want to punch people and go out and protest. And meanwhile, all of the money that they pay in taxes is getting funneled into fucking Halliburton and buying antiques for these fucking senators and all this other kind of shit. And then, they get called on it and they're like, I mean, we can talk about the money I use on my campaign, but shouldn't we talk about all these black babies that are sucking up all the money through welfare?
Right. that we're forcing to be born.
Mm-hmm.
This is, again, man. I just can't take people seriously. And ever since I had my little revelation, or whatever you want to call it, epiphany, about like, wait a minute. You got these CEOs making these shitty ass decisions, and these are the people I'm supposed to look up to. These are the most successful people in society, and these are the scumbags that I'm supposed to fucking look up to. Get the fuck out of here. But
if you're a good American,
right,
you're supposed to model yourself after these guys.
Exactly.
If you want to be a good, successful American that everyone looks up to.
Yeah, let's pay people minimum wage. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's funny. I saw this tweet the other day. I have this thing where I save all kinds of like memes and tweets and stuff. And this one tweet, this one lady had on Twitter, it says, as if you'd have a tweet somewhere besides Twitter.
That's a good point.
It says, it's nice to know women will always have access to a free abortion so long as they get pregnant by a married Republican congressman.
Nice.
And I'm like, that is true.
Nice.
That's the only way we should have free abortions in this country. The rest of them, like, let them suffer.
Yeah.
But why should they suffer? Because they're not me.
Right.
If they were awesome like me.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh, this is another good one. It's a picture of like the description of these 4 different types of white dudes that were at one of those. Remember they had that rally of all the white dudes with the tiki torches in Virginia. I think it was Virginia. So there's this guy named Chaddington.
Nice.
And it says his favorite TV show just casted a black actor. So these are the real victims of oppression, because these white dudes are always talking about how they're oppressed.
Right.
So this guy's oppression is that his favorite TV show just casted a black character.
Poor guy.
Like, dude, the world is so unfair.
Can you imagine what he's going through? He has to look at a black person on his formerly favorite show.
Favorite, not just any show, his favorite show.
Well, it's got to be former now. They done fucking hired a nigger. You can't have that.
Yeah. All right, here's this guy. He had to watch a commercial with a black family in it.
Oh, whoa. Poor. Hey.
I mean, could you just stop shoving this stuff down my throat?
Man, stop it. I can't even take anymore. It's just too much.
Did I tell you that joke that I heard about, or I saw like a tweet thing? There was a news article that says a preacher carrying a "You deserve to be raped" sign was hit over the head by a baseball bat wielding woman. And that was like a news website tweeted that story.
Okay.
And somebody replied to the story that he wasn't wearing a helmet, so he obviously wanted it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so good.
That was good.
I mean, he was just walking down the street with a smooth ass head, Your Honor.
Right.
Like, how could
what
I not
you expect to happen?
How could I not smack that
crack
melon?
this guy over the head?
Exactly.
Crack that perfect melon wide open. Wow, that's funny.
But see, all of this points to like reality.
Yeah.
Like, how much sense does it make to say that you shouldn't be held accountable for attacking some woman because of the way she was dressed?
Right.
Like, really? I couldn't help myself. That's an excuse? Was that ever an excuse for teenage black boys who whistled at a pretty white woman in the South in the 50s?
Right. Yeah.
If it was an excuse for them, it shouldn't be an excuse for anybody. But I see. You know, we're doing things differently for different people.
Yeah. I mean, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny. I have an issue with like the half naked women walking down the street being offended at being whatever looked at for an extended period of time. Like, I have an issue with that. Like, I don't think that, you know, they deserve to be raped or anything like that. Nothing fucking wild like that. But I do think that if you walk out the house half naked, then you should at least expect more attention than normal.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have a bra on, if you pull your camel toe into your cooch, you know, like, I mean, there's just some things that are going to attract more attention, and you should be not, I don't know if the word is welcoming of it or whatever, accepting of it, definitely though. Like, if I just wear skin tight pants and I'm walking down the street holding my phone watching porn and my dick's hard, you know, then I would expect a few people to look at my penis.
Yeah.
Like, but again, I have issues when it comes to shit like that, you know, but I don't think anybody should be raped. Rape's never been my thing. It's not okay with that shit.
Yeah.
But that was fucking funny. He didn't have a helmet on, so he was asking for it.
I have this other tweet. You know who Zoomers are?
No.
Gen Z. Some people call them Zoomers instead of Boomers.
Oh no, I haven't heard of that yet.
So Gen Z is like my kid's age.
Donovan's right. Yeah, age. No, I know where they fit in, but
and then millennials, and then Gen X, and then baby boomers. Right.
Okay.
All right. So Zoomers got TikTok. Okay.
Okay.
Millennials got MySpace. You remember MySpace?
I mean, of course.
Okay. Generation X got AOL.
Okay.
And baby boomers got to buy a house and go to college while supporting themselves with a minimum wage job. I think that's pretty fair and square across the board.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate too.
Yeah. I mean, fair and accurate. Yeah. That's Fox News right there. Look at that.
All day long.
I'm like, damn.
Wow. MySpace. Jesus Christ.
Is that place even still around?
I figured you would know.
I have not gone there. Let me see.
No.
Forever. I don't even know who owns it now.
I'm assuming it's not a thing anymore.
MySpace.com takes you to a news page.
Okay.
Interesting. Not. So it's not a social media page anymore. It's just like a bunch of, you know, click this news, this big picture to see a news article somewhere. Oh, by the way, yesterday I went to a drive-in movie theater yesterday.
Drive-in movie theater, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Blast from the past.
Exactly.
What'd you see?
I saw Jungle Cruise.
Fuck is that?
So apparently the creative people are so bankrupt at Disney that they literally can't think of anything new at all. Because
clearly,
Or maybe they're just so smart. They've literally thought of all the new ideas.
That's got to be it.
So now all they're doing is they're just taking all of their old movies or all the old cartoons and making movie versions of them. Or they're taking all of the rides and attractions they have at their theme parks and turning them into movies. So Jungle Cruise is like, it's like the Teacup or it's a Small World type thing. It's one of the rides at Disney World or Land or whatever.
Okay.
Same way as Pirates of the Caribbean. It's the exact same thing, except they're like, well, let's make another ride into a movie thing.
And
Having said that, though,
you went to see.
Yeah, it was all right though. It's basically The Rock is in it, and this one white lady, Emily Blunt. You probably don't know who she is.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Pale ass white bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's like I don't know, archaeology smart lady or whatever. And he's like the, kind of the slick riverboat captain guy that she has to hire to take her to go find some treasure type shit.
Right. Who works out way too much. There's not a normal position for him to ever play. Like, because no matter what role he is, whether he's a security guard, a cop, a military dude, why are you so big?
It's funny. I said that yesterday at the movie because it was a drive-in. We're sitting in the car.
Yeah.
And I said to my friend, I told her, like, yo, like, where does he work out on that boat? Like,
right.
That dude's big to be out in the jungle all the time.
Way too fucking big. There's no normal role he can play. He's too fucking big to do anything. Now, granted, I've met some security guards that are, juice babies, like, and all they do, they ain't married or nothing. They just go to work and go to the gym, go to work and go to the gym, and that's it. That's all they fucking do. And this dude's always posting, his 4 a.m. workouts. This fucking crazy person gets up at 4 a.m. every fucking day to, take steroids and work out. Like, all right, bro, whatever, I don't know. Whatever. That shit don't do nothing for me. I've never taken steroids, so maybe I can't say that.
Maybe,
But exercising has never, like, I've just never, it just doesn't.
Like, here's the thing. And this is just my opinion. And sometimes I guess apparently I have weird opinions. I don't know.
I can see that.
But I don't see you wanting to get big as hell being any more or less crazy than you want to be small as hell. Like, I'm trying to be super skinny. I'm trying to be a skeleton, but just not die. Like, if you told people you wanted to do that, they would be like, why are you crazy?
Right.
But if you tell people like, yo, I go to the gym, I get up
bodybuilder
4 a.m. and I drink raw eggs and powder and shit. And, like, they'd be like,
brush my teeth with creatine.
Yeah. They'd be like, oh, wow, that's so cool. I wish I could be cool like him. Like, why is that cool?
Like David Goggins. Fucking guy. Stop being a bitch. Why are you so obsessed with not being a bitch? Like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, were you raped as a child and every thrust, the guy was like, you little bitch, 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 bitch. Like, that's why are you so obsessed? He's a crazy person. This fucking Goggins guy. He's fucking nuts. You know what?
It's funny. Like, the other day, I realized that I had passed the threshold. I just don't fucking care. Because I'm like, I used to be one of those dudes that would have an opinion about like a guy who like takes a piss sitting down.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't care anymore. Because first of all, sometimes I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
And second of all, I have to clean my own toilet now. And I realized that if I'm not like, if my dick is not, 2 feet in the fucking air,
right,
shooting liquid down into a toilet and
Right.
splashing water all over the fucking
Flashing
place.
all over the fucking place. Right.
You know, my bathroom doesn't smell like pee,
Right.
and it's not as hard for me to clean it. And I gotta clean that motherfucker. So I'm
Right.
like, I'll take a piss and I'll keep it moving. But this dude, he's like, I can't condone that shit. I don't even sit down when I take a shit. I just fucking spread my legs and just squeeze the motherfuckers out because I'm not sitting on the toilet and shit like a bitch. Like, what's wrong with this dude?
Like, how much time did you do in prison, bro?
He's like, you know what? The other
damn.
day, I was
Fucking
walking down the
weirdo.
street and I dropped my iPhone. I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not bending over to pick up an iPhone. I'll just get a new one. I ain't bending over like a bitch.
You're not gonna catch me bending over in public like a bitch. Will you, Joe Rogan? Jesus Christ. It's like, right. But like you said, why is that shit cool? You know,
Yeah.
like, I don't get it. Like, what do you need to bench press 400 pounds for, bro?
Yeah.
I don't.
My thing is, I'm all about stuff like this. Like, I understand. See, I have this gripe with the car manufacturers.
Okay.
I'm like, there's no reason that. So everybody knows what a Lamborghini looks like, right?
Yep.
Everybody knows what like a McLaren or whatever looks like.
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely no reason that they could not build a car that looks like a Ferrari, that has like a little kind of fun engine in it,
Mm-hmm.
that it doesn't cost literally $200,000.
I don't get it.
There's no reason other than
None.
fuck you because we won't.
Right. And also, if they make less cars, they can raise the prices of all of them. Make less of them. And then raise the prices to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
My whole thing to stack up on that is, where do they think these things are going? I don't know. We'd have to Google how many cars Ford pumps out every fucking year.
Yeah.
But it's got to be hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I doubt it's something like 10, 20,000 cars a year. It's got to be 800,000 cars or 1 million or something. Where the fuck are all these things going?
They don't care. It's not their problem. Hey, my job is to sell the cars, all right, bud.
Right.
That's somebody else's job. Why do you hate the economy? Why are you trying to take
Right.
somebody's job and give it to me?
Right.
Trying to
Yeah,
put people out of work? Why are you trying to starve the children?
Right. Yeah. Now I hate children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, now you understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I see how this works. I can't disagree with anybody about anything. Why do you hate children so much? What?
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I have this other tweet.
Mm-hmm.
It says the USA is having so many disasters and tragedies, you'd almost think it was built on thousands of ancient Indian burial grounds.
Oh, this is so fucked up.
It is.
So fucked up.
Oh, we're all gonna die. This
All of
land is
us,
cursed.
man. We deserve it too. Especially if we're responsible for our ancestors' sins.
Yeah.
We deserve it. We deserve whatever's coming to us.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up, man. It's got to be the funniest thing for me now to hear white people telling somebody to go back to their country. It's so fucking funny to me.
It's hilarious. Like the
don't know.
only people who never have to go back to their ancestral home ground is white people.
Right.
Chinese, Asian people, black people.
Everybody.
Yeah. Everybody has to go back to whatever country except America.
Right.
But this dude wearing a "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" fucking t-shirt.
Right.
Like, no, he gets to stay.
He gets to stay.
He's a native.
He's all right.
You know what? I almost wish that there was like a real magic lamp, like a genie, He's like, nah, I'm a low budget lamp. I come from Amazon. You just get one wish. So pick what it is. And you'd have one of these dudes with his Kiss Me I'm Irish t-shirt, or, you know, whatever the equivalent is for fucking Italians or some shit.
Right.
And he's like, I wish all these fucking monkeys would go back to where they came from. And he's like, okay, so all of you are monkeys because you're all human.
Right.
And now all of you are going to go back to whatever country you have the highest single concentration of ancestry from. And just to see the look of astonishment and realization on that guy's face when he finds himself in the middle of, you know, Europe somewhere.
Right.
Like, oh shit.
Ireland and Scotland would be overcrowded like a motherfucker.
It would just immediately fucking sink.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole thing would just go underwater. Like, too much weight.
Yeah.
Too much weight. I don't know, man, but I've thought about that a lot too. Like, why can't they just make a Porsche?
There's no reason other than
there's literally no reason. Like, y'all Ford could make something that looks like a Lamborghini, you know, where just put the hinges on a different part of the door. Like, what the fuck is so difficult about making these fancy schmancy looking fucking cars? Look, I get it. A lot of them are made by hand. Okay. A machine can do that shit. You don't have to make them by fucking hand. You choose to. So that's on you. So shut the fuck up. Tell the machine you can fucking 3D print a goddamn Lamborghini at this fucking point. You know? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, yeah, that's I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why they do that shit.
Like, that's one of the things I would do if I was like, somehow, some stupid reason, they decided
like if you were Elon Musk, you'd put out a car that's just, you know,
we only make supercars, and none of the motherfuckers cost more than $50,000.
Right.
And all of them look like fucking Lamborghinis and whatever.
Ferraris and
Yep. That's all we make. Just, I want everybody to feel like a fucking $1 million by having a fucking smooth ass car with the fucking doors that go up, bloop. You know,
that'd be dope.
Because there's literally no.
Because that would take. I mean, look at Chrysler trying to make that 300 or whatever almost look like a fucking Bentley.
Yeah,
you know, like, come on, it's the same shit.
Just it is.
Make it look like a Bentley.
Exactly.
Or a Wraith or a Rolls Royce, you know, like, just make it. No, fucking, I don't. But again, it's this shit I just don't understand, man. Like, it's because they gotta keep classes, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, exactly. Classes and artificial scarcity.
Man,
because you got to think, a lot of the guys who run these companies own, like, so here's the thing I didn't know about Ferraris. So let's just say, you know how they have every once in a while they have the $900 million lottery, Powerball or whatever.
Yeah.
So let's say you win one of those joints. You're the only person, you get the jackpot. You get all $900 million, right?
Okay.
So you go to like a Ferrari place and you're like, yo, you need to hook me up with one of those. They might not sell it to you because Ferrari is in the business of controlling their image. And so, like, let's say you were on the internet and you heard like, oh shit, last month they came out with a new Ferrari. I'm going to get one of them joints. If they don't want you to have one of them joints, you ain't going to get one.
You know, that's interesting. That's how apparently I was listening to this Flagrant 2 podcast with Andrew Schultz,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to Paris with his girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember the name of the bag, but it was some sort of bag.
Yeah.
So you have to first, you got to get an appointment in this place.
Yeah.
And he never said how much he paid for the bag, but it was obviously over 10 fucking grand, right?
Jesus Christ.
Like, and so first you got to get an appointment. So he got an appointment, and then you go in and they take you to this room and they start talking to you and your wife or whatever for 30 minutes to a fucking hour, right? And they basically have to offer you a bag. You don't go in being like, oh, I want bag number BC 7-2 online. No. You tell them what you want. They talk to you and they offer you. They will. So then you go to another room and then they bring in 2 boxes and you open the first box. And if you like the purse, then you buy it. If you want to see what's in the second box, the first box is then taken off the table and you're not able to buy it.
Wow, that's some bullshit.
So this is something that sounds like similar to what you were talking about them not, because that doesn't even make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, so wait. The box is still right here, bro. Nobody bought the purse. How is the offer removed from the table for me to, you want this $10,000 or no? What the fuck?
See, that's the thing. They don't necessarily want it.
And then,
because your $10,000 don't mean shit to them because they already got tons of money.
He ended up somehow, they walked out without paying for the bag. This ridiculously expensive bag, they end up walking out without paying for it.
Oh, wow.
Because of their whole little stupid ass process.
Yeah.
Fucked up some shit. And now these guys are standing outside the door and he's like, fuck. We ought to just go.
No, you don't do that shit.
But they already got all his information. They got all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he went back in and paid for the fucking bag. But still, the process that he was talking about is fucking retarded. They have to offer you a bag, and it might not even be the one that you want for real. It's just, if you want this type of bag, you have to choose either this one or this one. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah. Wow.
That was wild. I didn't know Ferrari did that though.
It's not exactly the same, but it's similar in concept. They're very specific about who, because the article I was reading was talking about how if you want to be the type of person who gets invited and allowed to buy, like, you know, every year they come out with some new Ferrari or whatever, you have to like go to all these events and become friends with these people and donate at their, like, it's a whole thing.
Wow.
It's a really a lifestyle more than it is an actual, like, a business type situation. I was like, whoa, this is crazy to me. But
how do they control the aftermarket though?
Aftermarket, they don't care. It's all about, there's several years of, like, I think when you buy the car, you have to promise to keep it for a certain number of years or some bullshit like that.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, they don't care. Like, then you could, whoever has the money to buy it can.
Okay.
But you got to think, to a certain extent, if you had to, it's like the whole hazing thing. If you went through some shit, you're more likely to do that to other people.
Right.
And so it's very likely that when these people sell their used cars, they sort of perpetuate that same bullshit. Like, no, I'm not going to sell it to this guy. He's a rapper. Like,
right. Yeah. Because the first thing that pops in my head was, oh, dang, I wonder if the baby wouldn't be able to buy one. because he said the gay comment or whatever.
I can guarantee you that there are certain supercars that he is not capable of buying, regardless of how much money he has, because they just will not sell it to him. And that's the thing. Like, they won't necessarily tell him that they won't allow him to buy it. They'll just be like, "Oh, there's not one available for you at this time." But yet some, Elon Musk or some shit could come right behind him. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, we got one here. There's one."
Oh yeah. What color you want?
Exactly.
Color? You got options now, nigga.
Like, I thought y'all didn't have none.
Right.
You was sold out.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't be an elitist. I just don't care enough.
Yeah.
Same reason I don't need to go to jail, because I'm just too disrespectful. Like, I don't care that this is, did I tell you that story about the MS-13 guy that shook up dang it, what's the name of that, Rikers Island? So there was this story probably a month ago or so on World Star. Some dude was telling prison stories or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said that, like, there was this, so the way that it worked, I guess, is like the Bloods run Rikers Island, right?
Which is weird to me, because that's fucking West Coast gang, but whatever.
I don't get that either.
Yeah.
But so, and they have these like 6 chairs in the rec room, right? And the only people who get to sit on them chairs are the leaders of all the gangs, right?
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to why I can't go to prison, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a red chair, a blue chair, a yellow chair, and so the Crips would sit in the blue chair, the Bloods would sit in the red chair, Kings would sit in the yellow chair, so forth and so on, right?
Right.
And he said one day this little Mexican dude was all of 5'2", like kind of stocky, and didn't speak a lick of English. And so he comes in, and one day, like, he like walks into the little rec room, like his first day there, and he takes all the chairs and stacks them up and sits on them. So what's supposed to happen is he's supposed to get his ass whooped by all of the gang leaders. Basically, they're supposed to rush him and blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So I guess because it was such a bold type of act, they were like, yo, this motherfucker know what he's doing, like,
yeah.
And so they had some Spanish dude that was sitting in the rec room, talk to him, be like, yo, you like tell this nigga what's about to happen to his ass if he don't, put them fucking chairs back. So the dude talks to him. Only 2 words in English the fucking little Mexican dude knew was "this mine." Like, and he's sitting on the chairs. So all the fucking dudes go to rush him. This motherfucker pulls out this big dumbass Rambo size fucking shank, with which he just got there. So nobody know how the fuck he even got this goddamn thing. It was like part of a radiator or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so he pulls out this big dumbass shank, and like basically nobody, fucks with him. So, the fucking next day or whatever, somebody obviously snitched on his ass, because the next day, all of a sudden, they're getting checked. They're doing one of them random checks where they throw everybody's room to pieces and all of that shit.
Yeah.
And they end up kicking the dude out. But this one little motherfucker had all these hardcore, gangster niggas fucking shook, like, and he was 5'2". Like, it's shit like that. I can't go to prison, man. I don't give a fuck about y'all chair colors. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I ain't doing this.
It's funny though, because that's what MS-13 is all about anyway. It's just being crazy.
Yeah. Well, so supposedly he had orders to take over the Rikers Island or whatever. So MS-13's trying to take over Rikers Island prison or whatever the case. So I don't know.
That's interesting.
It's weird. Like, I don't even know how much gang banging is even done anymore. Like, I almost feel like all the gang banging is just done in prison.
I mean, you might be right, dude.
I don't really feel like there's a whole lot. You know, there's all these little niggas with they cliques, you know, but they ain't really gangs no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're not. At least the way we think of it, like organized.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a completely different world out there now, apparently.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild.
Oh, well.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
All that shit.
That's weird, though. I would have thought there'd already be some MS-13 people
that's what you would
in
think.
New York.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really keep up necessarily with it too much.
I don't know nothing about New York, and that's fine with me.
Yeah, fuck New York. I know I don't like New York niggas. I know that. Tell you that. From New York, fuck you. Fuck, I can tell you. Can't stand a New York motherfucker, boy. Fucking dudes, assholes for no reason. For no fucking reason.
Because it's Tuesday, that's why.
Right. That's why their ass getting flooded like a motherfucker right now. I don't know how the fuck Florida got away with not catching any fucking Ida. Like New York's fucked up. There was this video you might have saw, it went viral. There was this video of the rat swimming. This motherfucker's like doing the backstroke and shit. He's just swimming. And like he looks like he's having a great fucking time. Like a rat. He's just fucking swimming, doing the backstroke.
Let me see.
Like shit you not. This fucking guy is doing like a backstroke.
Oh, he's like spinning around in the water.
Yeah. Looks like he's having a good old fucking time. It's like these motherfuckers. Boy.
No, I think he's got a problem.
Oh, you think he's hurt?
Yeah. I mean, I could see people thinking that, but like that's not normal. He's probably got some weird balance thing. He's trying to swim.
The rat with vertigo.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm sure they have weird problems like that. But yeah, it's like these motherfuckers, man.
It's like I think all these crazy videos come from New York. There's the rat that was dragging the piece of pizza.
Yeah.
There was the roach that was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah. We run New York. New York.
Yo, what's going on in that place?
Them motherfuckers, man, I tell you. Can't call it.
I don't know. I feel like I need to go there one of these days.
Fuck that.
Because I feel like, well, you've been there before, right?
Yeah.
I haven't. So I feel like before I'm allowed to increase my level of shit talk about New York, I've reached my maximum for never having visited there.
Okay.
So if I want to elevate my game up,
that's respectable.
I need my license to talk shit about New York. You know what I mean?
Hey, just be there for 5 fucking minutes. That's enough.
I don't want to be an unlicensed shit talker.
Jesus Christ. It's almost like I feel the same way about how, like, you know how like anybody could make fun of white people?
Uh-huh.
You know, like if a Chinese dude got on stage and started saying, "Oh, I reckon I'm gonna do this, that," and then, you know, mocking a white country dude, like nobody gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
Let a white dude get on stage and go, "Oh, chicka chicka chong chong," you know, and it's, oh my God, let's cancel him.
Yeah.
Like, but I almost feel the same way, like, it's okay to talk shit about white people, but it's also equally okay to talk shit about people from New York. How much I hate these niggas. Fucking hate New York niggas, man. Them motherfuckers think they so tough, son. You know what I'm saying, son?
No, I'm saying, nah, me, son.
Nah, me, son. All right, bro. This is the only group of niggas that like Timberlands more than me. It's like, calm the fuck down, bro. Jesus.
I'm surprised they don't make those Timberland slides, those slippers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they ought to. They ought to, actually.
They sell 1 million of those things.
Hell yeah. You give them that stupid ass wheat color. Come on, look at that Future song. I fucked your what was it? I fucked your bitch in my Gucci flip flops or something like that.
Yeah.
Which apparently he was talking about Scottie Pippen's wife. Come to find out years later. But apparently she was a hoe. So
yeah. I don't know why he should be proud of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, why are any of these people proud of anything?
And I'm like, I mean, I know a lot of people, it's flashy to be a rapper and all this other kind of stuff. But what have you actually done? Like, you entertain, what do you do to practice?
Right.
You just, especially people like him, as far as I know, he's not an actual musician. He just sings and raps or whatever the hell he does. Right? What do you do?
Right.
This man like dedicated his life to being an athlete and practicing. And practicing over and over and over and over and eating right and exercising. There's a ridiculous amount of work that he did to become a world champion.
Right.
But you expect that man to feel sad because you had sex with his wife.
In Gucci flip-flops.
Yeah.
That was like the main point.
Yeah. Like, so? Like,
I don't care if they were Walmart flip-flops, nigga.
And not to cast, aspersions against her, but she was sleeping around with a dude like Future.
Right.
I would be surprised if that was the first time she got caught sleeping around.
Right. Yeah. No, it wasn't. She.
So from Scottie Pippen's perspective, like the first time that kind of shit happened, he might have been upset. But like, was he supposed to be like, oh, well, I heard you was sleeping around, so you better tell me who it is. And if they ain't top tier enough, I'm gonna be pissed off. Like he cares who it is. Like it matters. Like there's be any reason to distinguish you from a homeless man who's at the gas station 2 blocks away. Like, why would he care? He's more concerned about his wife sleeping around, not who she was sleeping around with.
Right.
So, like, whatever. Especially because he don't know that dude.
No.
Because if you knew him, you probably wouldn't be all sideways with him like that.
Well, I mean, and it nobody knew who he was talking about. Everybody thought he was just being random when the song came out. It wasn't until this year, and that song's from like 2015 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it ain't even come out till years later who he was talking about. So obviously he didn't really want it to be known per se.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But I don't know. All these niggas is silly to me, man.
Yeah. Foolishness, or as Dave Chappelle would say, buffoonery.
Yeah. Supposed to be some people doing some specials. So hopefully, supposedly Miss Pat just got a Netflix special. Supposed to be filming sometime this month. There's Chappelle supposed to be filming the end of the month. I think Rogan supposed to be filming now that he's got, I guess he's got a comedy club, but
Mhm.
he hasn't said the name of it or anything yet. So
I have never thought
Oh,
Rogan was
so-
all that funny.
he's all right.
He's okay,
Um,
but like I would never actively like
He's not top 5.
if there's some new person I've never seen
Mm-hmm.
and Joe Rogan,
Okay.
I'd be like, let me watch this new person because I know Joe Rogan ain't gonna be amazing.
Right. Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, so in a way, I feel like there's no reason for me to ever really watch Joe Rogan unless he's literally like, you can watch Paw Patrol or you could watch a Joe Rogan stand. I'm like, all right, I'll watch Joe Rogan.
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. Be there on the double.
You said
no, he's not top 5 for sure. No.
I wouldn't say he's top
He's-
10.
No. Yeah. No.
To me, the
In the
only
top
reason
20.
he's notable is because of his show and he knows other comics.
Okay.
Not that he
I think that he's definitely more famous for his podcast than he is his stand-up.
yeah.
Like
I would
'cause-
also say that his stand-up is only as famous as it is now because of his podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. But there's supposed to be some specials coming out, I guess, or being filmed at least this month. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. You said was it Marlon Wayans one was trash?
Oh my god, bro! This dude, like, it was bad, man.
I never really thought he was funny though. Like,
I guess I thought he was funnier than what he is. Like, I guess
I never really thought like. So I thought they were funny. Like that whole family,
Mhm.
the Wayans family, Marlon and Damon, and even the other chick now, the little sister, the lesbian one or whatever.
Mhm.
I can't remember her name.
Is
She
it
actually,
Cookie or something.
yeah. Oh wait, she's on SNL, isn't she? No, that's
think
somebody
so.
else. That's not her.
Oh no, that's not her because her last name is Wayans.
She, yeah,
I know who
that's-
you're talking about though.
different.
She's got a special that I couldn't get through either. She's trash too.
Oh, is she? She seemed like she might be a little bit funnier, but not a lot.
No.
But I never thought any of I thought their show was funny.
Damon.
I never thought I thought he was possibly the funniest, but I never thought
He was the
super funny.
he's for sure the funniest stand-up. Like
Yeah.
Damon was a beast on the stand-up.
Really?
Stand-up? Damon? Yeah.
I don't remember a single show of his that I saw where I was like,
Oh, well.
I mean, I remember Robin Harris, and I will until I die.
Yeah. Somebody put something in her mouth. My zipper stuck. I'll never forget that nigga, boy. That nigga was funny as hell.
It was insane.
Piccolo player. I'm just a man sitting next to the man, sitting next to the man, sitting next to the man.
Sitting next to the man, sitting next to the goddamn man.
Okay.
Called your Piccolo player a
A
motherfucker. What I want to know is who called,
Who called that motherfucker a Piccolo
Piccolo
player?
player?
Oh man,
Dude,
I want
like,
to write a
almost-
joke like that.
Almost all his jokes are classic.
Yeah,
Even his little just one line, like little
Yeah.
side jokes. Like he was talking about these two fat women he saw in the mall.
I'm finna get me some jokes.
He said they ordered a pizza as big as a wagon wheel.
Went into Taco Bell, ordered everything on the left side of the menu, turned around, looked at the kids. Y'all want something?
Oh, he was savage, man.
That dude was a beast.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think you know what, honestly, I don't think anybody on the Kings of Comedy thing holds a candle to him in terms of being funny.
Bernie.
Bernie was close, but I still think he was not
close.
as funny.
I don't think he was as funny as Robin. No.
I think Bernie was the funniest one on the whole Kings
Yeah.
of Comedy.
That's why he closed.
Yeah. Oh, that's
He was the
true.
closer.
Yeah.
Like totally. Bernie was definitely the funniest one. I've never liked Steve Harvey. Cedric.
You You know what Steve Harvey
he
is
had
good
some
for?
funny jokes.
Steve
Church
Harvey
jokes.
has one redeeming quality, in my opinion,
Oh,
and that's using pictures of him and his facial expressions and memes and shit on the internet. Because he just looks so funny and stupid and lost and ridiculous. And he's such a fucking ham.
Yeah.
So that's the only use that he has at all. I have no use for any of his stupid jokes.
No.
I
don't
shit he says on his show, just using it as like little one-liners and stuff and like different contexts.
My biggest problem with him is he's one of them fuckers who are like, like pick yourself up by your bootstraps type of thing, because I was homeless at one point and I lived in a car and, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And nigga, and you write jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody writes jokes, nigga.
Yeah.
So you can't just fix everybody's situation.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted, like to people like that or the people like, David Goggins, look at my situation and let me put it into your lap. Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
How do I become some success? I want to take somebody, here's my situation. How would you do it? I just got a feeling they'd have nothing.
And you know what? I think they would. I've thought about this actually for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And because I ended up sort of thinking about this kind of subject actually today. I ended up posting something on Facebook. I haven't actually written a post in a long time on Facebook.
Okay.
But I think in a situation like that, what they would have done is some shit you have absolutely no interest in doing at all. Like they would take your personal situation and they'd be like, well, I would have opened up a bakery and I would have started making them little Mexican ass buns that they sell with all the bright colors with the powder on top. Mm-hmm. And I would have been selling them motherfuckers and I would have been a millionaire. You're like, I don't want to make fucking bread. They're like, well, you don't want to be successful then.
Right.
Because I think people like that, like, I think most people are like, how can I be successful in life and actually do something that I'm kind of okay with?
Right.
But those people are like, I'll do whatever. And just because I want success more than happiness, because I feel like success is going to give me happiness. Right. But I think most people want at least some happiness while they get some success at the same time. Yeah. Like, yeah, Steve Harvey might have lived in his car, but you know what? I would say chances are if he was any worse at writing jokes than he already is, and it didn't work out for him, he would have done some other shit. And he would have, you know what he would have done, in my opinion? He would have ended up being some dude that lives on the South Side that owns like a fucking hat store or some shit.
Right.
That only sells clothes, the pimp ass fucking, the place where pimps go to buy their goofy ass suits and shit.
Right.
He would have done some shit like that and he wouldn't be on TV.
Yeah, he'd be some sort of salesman or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just always been annoyed by people who act like you're in 100% control of your destiny at all times.
Yeah.
And then, again, every 5 minutes on fucking like YouTube, some guy, I make $15,000 a day and this is how. Boop, next skip. He's standing in front of a Lamborghini. Do you want to know how to be successful in 15 minutes? 15 minutes will save your life. You could turn around and you could be making $100 million a month like me. Right. Like, because somebody that makes $100 million a month is gonna be talking to me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be busy making hundreds of millions of dollars this month? Like, shut the fuck up.
Well, that's the secret, because how he makes those hundreds of millions of dollars is making videos, getting chumps on the internet to spend an hour watching them stupid videos where he essentially says how to be a millionaire. Step 1, do things that are going to make you millions of dollars. Step 2, repeat. See how easy it is? I just taught you the secret. I'll give you more details if you send me $200 for my audio book or whatever, my
Really get
membership
into it.
website,
Right.
personal training, get on my Zoom call every month.
Yeah. Fucking people. They be killing me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've always had an issue with people like that's my thing with him. It's just the way that he talks, like it's just so annoying to me. It's like, shut up. You can't fix everybody's fucking problems, and you aren't this, relationship guru that everybody tries to make you out to be, and he wrote books about it, and I just don't like that dude. Like I just don't like him. I like DL Hughley. I think he's funny. I think Cedric's kind of funny. But I always thought Bernie Mac was really funny. Like I like Bernie Mac's one of my top 10 guys.
He was amazing when I first saw him on Def Comedy Jam. He was a nobody.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Come out with his face on his jeans and shit. Yeah. He was, man, that dude, he's like, he be talking about his dick. He's like, I'm gifted. If I pull my dick out right now, this whole room go black. Like I'm gifted. That dude is fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, he was.
He was fucking funny.
Yep.
Yeah, now I guess I'm just waiting for comedy lord Chappelle to put out something else. Like, I don't understand how he can go to a club randomly and do 4 hours, but only releases a special like once every 4 fucking years or 5 or whatever. Like, you got all this material like that you just blow at comedy clubs, like, but you don't do a fucking special like once a year.
It's the same thing we were talking about with the cars. It's artificial scarcity. He's tightly controlling. So first of all, a lot of that is like just some of that's just probably not that funny. Okay. Like honestly, what probably happens, I don't know, because I've never been to a comedy club, I don't think technically. I went to see some improv where they did a little bit of stand-up before, but that's it. But what probably happens is that he goes out there and he warms the crowd up, and then he starts throwing out new jokes and to see which ones hit and which ones don't. And if he starts to get too low, then he goes back to some other shit to build the crowd back up. And then he throws out some more jokes, and he's paying attention to what hits and what doesn't. So he's experimenting on these people basically.
Yeah.
And most people are not going to remember. Right. And so I don't know what percentage is, but a lot of the jokes, he's like, oh, fuck that. That joke didn't work at all. Some of them, he has to change them. He polishes them. People who don't pay attention to comedy might not even realize it's the same joke if they hear it again.
Right.
A year later or whatever, So I think that's part of it. And then the other part of it is that he's just controlling the market.
That's got to be it. Right.
Supply and demand kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another reason why he's so funny about, he likes to pretend it's so he doesn't get canceled. But part of it is that he doesn't want his shit leaking out on the internet, because then if people watch that shit on the internet, they're not going to want to watch it on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah. Him and Kevin Hart were the ones that came up with that stupid putting your cell phone in a little bag thing that locks or whatever.
Yeah.
At the shows. Oh yeah. That's another motherfucker I'm about had enough of. No, not about had enough. I've had enough of Kevin Hart. Like, I'm done with him. Like, I won't watch another one of his stand-ups. It's the same shit. Like I feel like he reached his prime and is just coasting,
Mhm.
And like, but he's not getting funnier or anything like that.
No.
Like, so I'm good.
You know what I thought was funny? I thought it was hilarious that he got caught fucking around on his wife,
Mhm.
but he tried to turn it around and turn it into a cancel culture thing. I'm like, you got caught doing some shit that people have been getting canceled forever. It has
Right.
never been, for the most part, okay.
Right.
I mean, you know, that's not to say the guys haven't gotten away with it,
Right.
but it's never really been okay. Like,
Right.
even if you get away with it, you still take a L at least a little while. People at
Right.
least got to pretend. Other guys have to at least pretend that they're kind of mad at you, you know, because their wives are all mad or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're the latest guy in town that got caught fooling around, you kind of got to be, you know, the guy to get shit on for a while until something else happens.
Right.
So it was just amazing to me to see him come out and try to turn some shit that he knew was obviously wrong, try to turn it into like this cancel culture. And, you know,
And it wasn't
not bad for
like
me.
once. Like, he's been caught several times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I don't, you know, hey, I don't know.
And you know what? To me, it's not even, you know, because some people have problems. They have problems being able to, they have self-esteem issues and
Right.
commitment issues, like whatever. I know that people have problems. It wasn't that as much as it was him being an asshole about it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like you coming to my house and spilling some shit on my carpet and then you trying to yell at me about some shit.
Right.
About the kind of glasses I got or something. I don't understand why you serving red wine anyway, motherfucker.
Right.
That shit didn't even go with the dinner we had.
Right. That was more like a Colt 45 dinner. Not a Merlot. Fuck is this? Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, do you know that they still sell Night Train?
Night Train.
Uh-huh. I don't even know what Night Train is.
Hold on. I think you getting that though.
That's some ghetto shit.
Damn it. I don't think it's called Night Train. I think it's called we were just talking about this shit the other day.
Damn look at this. Here's a website called bumwine.com.
Bumwine.com.
And it has a Night Train listed.
Night Train. What is that cheap ass wine? I'm not talking about Boone's Farm. What's
Mad
that
Dog?
cheap ass
No,
Mad Dog?
Is that wine?
Yeah, Mad Dog 2020 is wine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Night Train. I don't know. I ain't heard that in so long, man. God damn. I don't know. But they still sell that Mad Dog 2020 bullshit. You still see a bum on the train every now and then drinking it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me see what that is.
Night Train. What was Night Train though?
I think
what type of liquor? Was it like a malt liquor?
No, it was a wine, I think.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Is this? Of course, I'm of the legal drinking age. Golden pineapple.
Whoa.
Oh, it is. It's grape wine made with juicy, luscious fruit infused with tasty flavors.
Just because they said tasty sounds nasty. Yeah. Tasty flavors. Shut up.
That cheap ghetto shit. I remember when Dad used to work at the liquor store, and I went there a couple times, and I just noticed all the bullshit they sold there that they didn't sell at like the places where white people shopped. I was like, yo, I never heard of some of this shit. It's crazy.
That was your introduction to brands.
Yep. All right, see some, you know, homeless ass drunk dude outside the liquor store just hanging out, drinking some shit I never heard of. Like, yo, what the fuck is that? Like, it was just interesting.
You know, I had the thought the other day. I wonder, I wonder what them like niggas that used to be in the alley all day on trip over there.
Yeah.
I wonder what they used to drink.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I didn't know shit about it back then, you know,
Yeah.
so I never. And then of course, every time you walk past them, it's in a bag. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wonder what them motherfuckers used to drink, because them motherfuckers used to just be there. Oh, I wonder if they was on like welfare or something, or Social Security or something like that. Because I still don't get how so many people just don't have to work.
You know what?
I don't understand it.
An interesting thing. I don't remember exactly what, but something happened. I didn't know exact because I never talked to these dudes. I would occasionally see them and I'd like, say what's up, kind of like whatever.
Right.
Just because they was there all the time. I never talked to them.
Yeah.
But I think I heard from Johnny, because Johnny talked to fucking everybody.
Johnny used to be down there with him sometime.
Yeah. And so I think I heard from him, through him somehow, indirectly or directly, that like one of them had died or got sick or some shit happened. It sort of broke up the group a little bit, shook them up kind of. And so like they were missing for a while.
I remember that.
And then I remember one day, I think I was outside with Joe and we're just doing whatever, fucking around. And one of these dudes comes walking down the street and he's got like a haircut. And I think he was wearing like a little suit or, at least a little dress shirt,
Right.
We're like, oh shit, son, look at you. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm going to a job interview or some shit. And so it was interesting because I was like, yo, this is kind of nice. Like, it's cool to see this dude maybe he's about to get his shit together or something, But then it was funny because later that day, I saw him sit, even though he had his shit on, I saw him sitting in the alley with his other boys drinking and stuff. And then, he was still wearing those clothes and everything. And then a couple of weeks later, he was back dressed the way he used to be. And they were all just back there again, So
right.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's one of the things that helped me to realize. I mean, I already knew it, but it helped me to realize, like, everybody has like a life and shit that goes up and down for them. And the same way I have shit that I'm trying to do and I succeed and I get happy, or my shit blows up in my face and I just feel all fucked up about it. Like, that happens to everybody. It's just, some people, I guess the stakes are a lot higher. Or their falls are a lot. For people like Elon Musk, their wins are a lot bigger. And for people like these dudes in the alley, their losses are just a lot bigger than the average.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's fucked up, but it makes sense.
I think about shit like that occasionally, like random people I would see. Like, I wonder whatever happened to crazy dude I used to see on the bus or whatever.
Yeah, I still think about shit like that all the time.
Yeah. I guess in some ways that's good, because at least we recognize them as being people. Like, they weren't invisible. Like, a lot of people don't even see homeless people. The same way you don't see like just a dog that's just walking down the street or whatever.
Right.
Like, they just don't even see, like, you see a McDonald's cup just sitting in the grass.
See, and I've always felt, and I'll occasionally joke about, like, in my head at least, when I'm on the train and there's some schizophrenic motherfucker just talking to himself in the back, and he comes and sits right across from me, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Crazy motherfucker. As long as he don't swing, yeah, like, because that's the only thing with schizos, they get violent.
Look out for Charlie in the trees.
Right.
It's like,
motherfuckers ain't gonna get me. Like, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, but
ducks have switchblades.
And then I always feel like these are my people. Like, the drunks and the poor people and the people in super shitty situations. I'm always okay sitting next to them because these are my people. Like
Yeah.
the way that I see it. Like this is who I grew up with. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
grew up in this dysfunction.
Yeah.
You know, which is unfortunate, but still, you know, you become comfortable in that. At least I do.
I know what you mean. It's weird. I was thinking about this exact same thing sort of today. Like there's a thing where recently I felt kind of like isolated, kind of lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And this is despite the fact that in the last 4 months, I have gone out to do more things and met more new people than at any other point in my entire life. And despite that, in a lot of ways, I feel just as alone, if not even lonelier than I did before, because like I don't really identify with a lot of these people.
Okay.
You know, like I'm hanging out with people that, I mean, a lot of them are white people. I'm not even gonna front, you know.
Okay.
And I'm
You are
like,
in Florida, nigga.
yeah. And like they don't know this about the shit that I knew about when I grew up, you know? Like in some ways we grew up in two
Different
completely different
worlds.
countries.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
yeah, like I feel more safe, I feel safer, I feel more comfortable around like a lot of these people. And you know, I don't feel uncomfortable. It's not like they make me feel bad, but
Mm-hmm.
I still feel alone. I still feel like I feel like the only duck sitting around with a bunch of geese or something.
Okay.
And it's not like they're ostracizing me or whatever, you know, but like
Right.
those two are geese. They just have this, oh, it feels nice to just be around other
The other
people
geese.
like me. Yeah. But
Right.
I hardly ever feel that. And I grew up in the same environment, obviously, that you did.
Mm-hmm.
You still basically live in the same neighborhood we grew up in.
Right.
But I left that. So when I go back, I don't feel comfortable around those kind of people anymore either.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel lonely everywhere I go because it's hard for me to find people that I can identify with, to feel like kindred.
Yeah.
I mean, I do share a lot of, you know, like the way I feel about things, my political views, my views on morality and all this stuff. I share all that
Nah,
stuff with these people,
but
but my background, my
yeah.
childhood, my base understanding of what the world is and how it works. I don't have very many people in my life now that know it or even understand it sometimes.
Right.
A lot of them are accepting of it, but I can tell that they don't understand and it's completely foreign to them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way around like super street niggas.
Yeah.
Like, cause I ain't from the streets like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever try to misconstrue my life of crime with also being some sort of street nigga because I ain't never been a street nigga.
Yeah.
Like, so I could always tell the difference, you know, like that was my biggest thing. Like a couple of lessons that, you know, like being in a crazy hospital,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that I didn't belong there. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
this type of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got motherfuckers bouncing off of walls, talking to themselves, seeing shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this isn't me. Similar to when I was sitting in jail for whatever, I was sitting in a holding cell somewhere for. I'd be having conversations with like the people that are in the cell, and it's like I don't fit in.
Yeah.
Like this I don't fit in here either.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't like again, I'm a criminal, I deserve to be here and all that, but I'm a different level of criminal.
Yeah.
You know, like there's levels to this shit, and they're not all equal
Hmm.
at all. So I can understand that. I
Yeah.
still, you know, like around super hood motherfuckers, you know, I'm like, yo, you don't have to be like this.
Yeah.
Just because you from there don't mean you gotta, you know, just be a dumbass. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and just ignorant as fuck, blocking the street and whatever, you know, doing
Yeah. All that stupid shit.
all that super dumb, fucking dumbass shit. I hate that
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, I could see that, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's important to find people that you actually relate to.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not saying date hood bitches, but you know,
No, that's not. It's man,
that ain't gonna work out.
man.
Yeah, no.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Talking about dating. It's just fucking weird, man.
Oh, I bet. I couldn't do it. Like whenever Lydia decides to dump my ass, I'm done. I'm not dating anymore. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not. I wouldn't right now. I
Yeah.
no thank you. I'm good.
Learn about a lot about yourself, man.
Yeah, I imagine. Feel like I already know a lot about myself.
Oh, you'll learn more. There's whole extra volumes. I'm like, you know, like I thought there was only 3 books about me. You telling me there's a
Right.
4th one that I didn't hear about?
I wrote this shit.
Shit about Kobe that I didn't even know. Volume 4.
Right.
Damn, I gotta get this one now. I thought I was almost done.
Right. Thought that was the series finale.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't envy people who are dating. I'll tell you that much. I know my marriage isn't the best thing smoking, but like I'm glad I don't have to deal with that shit.
Well, that could be a prompt for you to redouble your efforts, batten down and put your nose to the grindstone or whatever other analogy you want to use, and
Right.
put in some work.
Yeah, I definitely need to.
Yeah.
Definitely need to.
It-
Relationships are rough, man. It's constant work.
the one thing that I would like to, I mean, I would, but I wouldn't, because it would require a lot of fucking work. Because so one of the problems that I have is that, like, I don't have a ton of friends.
Mhm.
It's not that I can't make friends with people.
Right.
I just choose not to be friends with a lot of people because I'm very picky about people that I want to, like. You have to be pretty, you know, this is not necessarily me being full of myself, but you have to be pretty awesome in certain specific ways for me to choose to hang out with you instead of me just hanging out with myself. Because I enjoy just doing my own thing.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not just gonna hang around some dumpty
Right.
dump
Yeah.
just because I don't want to be alone. Like, nah,
I
I'm good
understand.
doing my
Yeah, I
own
get
thing.
that.
So for me, there's a lot of like I was telling somebody the other day, I have all these criteria that might be kind of crazy that I use on these dating apps of when I just like nope out on somebody on their profile. Did I ever talk to you about that?
Nah.
So like I have like these general rules, and I understand that these are broad overgeneralizations that are probably not fair.
Okay.
But like I said the other night, I'm not looking for numbers. I'm looking for quality connections.
Okay.
Because to me, getting to know someone is a lot of energy. I have to expend a lot of energy that I don't necessarily enjoy.
Okay.
And when I say that, what I mean is that I'm an introvert. I recharge my batteries by doing my own thing, or to a certain extent in like a small intimate setting with one or two people vibing out. I can recharge my batteries to a certain extent like that.
Okay.
But getting to just talking to random people and engaging in random conversations, like that shit takes energy.
Yeah.
And in the rare instance that it's not someone that I just immediately click with, it takes a lot of work. So I'm not looking to spend a bunch of energy just trying to find people.
It makes sense.
If I see a picture of a woman holding a fish, you immediately get swiped over to the left.
That's no go, right? I don't know the difference.
Yeah, that's no go.
Okay.
That's the X. Like, nope, next. And the reasoning for that is like, I don't want to date a woman who wants to be on a boat all the time. Because I don't like fishing.
No,
I don't really like boats. Maybe I like boats more once I learn how to swim well. But until then, I'm like, boats, I don't know. So immediately I'm just like, that's the easy one.
I mean, you're black. What black person wants to be back on a boat? You know,
I mean, I think there might be something to that, honestly.
I think there is.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I agree. The next one is a picture of a woman with a gun, shooting a gun or holding a gun. Like, nope.
Yeah, no.
And part of that is, first of all, like,
crazy.
I mean, you might not be crazy, but if you are crazy, you are crazy, and you have access to
and you have access to firearms,
or at least knowledge. So I'm like, nope, I don't need that kind of crazy in my life.
Nope.
So you're gone.
All right.
If I see a woman who looks like there's nothing wrong with women who like sports.
Okay.
And honestly, there's nothing wrong with a woman who likes sports more than I do, because I don't really like sports, but whatever.
Right.
But if you have too many sports teams, pieces of clothing on,
right,
and every other picture is you at like a party with like a football
and a beer.
Yeah, I'm just like, no.
I ain't dating no bitch that drinks beer.
No, not the beer part. It's the sports part.
I got you. I'm just like,
I'm like, I don't know. Like, again, she could like sports more than I do, but I don't think she can like it that much.
Right.
Because
I don't like be like a fanatic.
I don't like dudes who like sports that much.
Yeah, me either. It's like dudes that stand around. Oh, here, this is kind of at that little party thing that we went to when I was trying to ignore them little boys and all their braggadociousness, you know, like I'm looking and it's like a Applebee's. So it's like a sports bar type place. So there's football on and baseball on and the other stupid shit. So, and in my own little soliloquy, I'm like, I can't believe this country spends so much money watching grown-ass men play games in tight-ass clothes for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, and it just blows my mind. But back to the point, when there's these dudes that are standing around having these super intricate conversations about, oh, well, the quarterback on such and such team named such and such guy, you know, he ain't do nothing with Ben Davis this year. He's been, you know, such and such and Tommy Lee, and they just know everybody. It's like, bro, you like that little kid that knows the name of every single G.I. Joe character. You know what I mean? Like, and you've taken this to and it's supposed to be acceptable.
Exactly.
Like, this is how the fuck do you know all of this shit? Like, how much into fucking this fucking sport that you don't make any money off of? You don't even gamble. Like you just watch it all day. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. And that shit is weird.
It is weird if you think about it.
That shit is weird. Like, why are you so obsessed with all these dudes?
Because if you know that same amount of stuff about Call of Duty or whatever, you're kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the same shit.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I can see that. Those make sense.
Yeah.
Guns, fish, sports, too much of any, which is all kind of sports, right? Fishing is a sport.
Kind of, I guess. Here's another one too.
Shooting is a sport.
If you are too quick to post your Instagram, or you look like you're an Instagram model, or if you have photos that you look like you took for Instagram and you literally had a professional photographer do them, I'm just like,
no.
I think you love yourself way more than might be.
You gotta look too, like, yeah, like you love yourself more than I could. Like you gotta look at
that might not be the right way to say it. It might be you are more concerned about your appearance.
You're vain.
More accurate. You're vain, yeah. You probably have a vanity thing.
Yeah, there's definitely a vanity issue going on. Like you got to see how many selfies somebody takes. You know, if you get 7 pictures in the same outfit from the same night, you might be a little obsessed with yourself there. I don't know, but I'm not one that gets into fashion or any of that shit either. So,
it's funny you should mention fashion.
In vain.
Because some of these apps, they let you choose like what your hobbies are. So if you list that one of your hobbies is either exercising or fashion, because I mean, fashion, that's this the Instagram kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
just it's vanity.
Yeah. Which, you know, it's not to say that she's not like a good person or whatever, but I'm just, again, I'm not saying anybody's bad. I'm just playing a numbers game. I'm just like, what are the chances that you are actually really cool, but you're also super concerned about your fashion and how you look on Instagram
constantly?
Right. Yeah.
And if they use filters,
that's another one. If you have filters with the kitty cat nose, you can have one.
Okay.
But you can't have any, like if you've only got 3, there's a percentage. If you have, let's say 3 pictures and 2 of them are like with the filter, so I can't see what you actually look like, and only one of them is your actual face.
Left.
No.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because you're not being open with what you look like, you know?
Right.
I mean, I understand people have self-esteem issues.
Right.
I do too. It's taken me a lot to put my pictures out there and to force myself to take pictures and shit.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just like,
just, you know, like you said, you're just playing the odds, man.
Exactly. I don't want to deal with someone who has self-esteem issues that are either one way or the other.
Right.
Too low or too high.
Right. Yeah. That's just as bad.
And then the exercise one too. Like really, that's one of the things you do in your spare time is you exercise.
Right.
Like a dude. Because I got problems with dudes that have exercise as a hobby.
Look, man, I don't understand. What do you need to do all these push-ups for? I understand people wanting to get their heart health and, you know, they want to be ready for whatever. If you need to run or chase somebody or something, like I get it. But you know, like marathon runners and triathletes, like I don't understand them.
Yeah.
Like, and then you got people like fucking Rogan that think the exercise just is the end all solution to everything.
Yeah.
Like, it is, you're depressed, get out there and exercise. It's just, you know, get your blood pumping, feel alive. Yeah, maybe it's the you feel alive, nigga. Shit don't make me feel alive. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
But, you know, I've never been one of the people that want to look in the mirror while I'm exercising. And then, you know, there's always some big gorilla in the gym who is just a fucking gym rat, you know. There was always a difference in like the bodybuilders that would be in the gym would always be like fully clothed. Like they'd have sweatsuits on. You couldn't really tell if they were fat or if they were huge, you know, like muscular. You couldn't really tell. Like, and then there's the guys that are somewhere in between bodybuilders and fanatics that just have to drop the weight. Like just trying to get people's attention in the fucking gym. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, man, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. And you know what? Like, as with everything, there's always a female version of that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. I remember this one gym that I was going to at like one point, and there was this chick that would be like, she would always just be staring in the mirror, dancing, or, you know, doing these like sexy stripper dances or whatever. And like, that's all that she was ever doing. Like, she would stretch, but she wouldn't work out. I swear to God, she would go there to look at herself in a floor to ceiling mirror. Like, I swear to God, like,
dude.
And to just, oh, well, let me bend over in front of all of these horny guys with these new Amazon leggings that make your butt look bigger, you know, like, come on.
Dude, like, I had a gym membership for a while at this place called Crunch.
Okay.
I had it, I don't know, maybe 6 months. I don't know. I had it longer than I used that shit. It just took me a while to cancel it.
Okay.
But I swear to God, I would go into that place. 80% of the motherfuckers there were there to just stand around and look cute and socialize and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is ridiculous. Like, because like what you said.
I used to go to the gym, I would go there, work out, and get the fuck out of there. Like, but, you know, then you go to the fucking locker room, and there's always some old Russian dude just walking around naked, like, with his junk all just hanging out big or really small. It doesn't matter. Like, he's just overly comfortable being naked around men.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I don't understand. Put your fucking clothes on. Get in the shower or go be putting some underwear on. No, just strolling around. Let me wash my hands. Let me go over here and dry my hands off. Just strolling around. Like, you know, opens their locker, takes out a duffel bag, drops it on the bench, you know, stretches a little bit. Oh, it's like, dude, put some fucking clothes on. Fuck are we doing? Jesus Christ. It's just, there's so many just uncomfortable situations at the fucking gym.
Yeah.
And then you get them motherfuckers that are, you know, the chick that's wearing, you know, next to nothing, but she don't want you to look at her. I'm just here trying to be beautiful for myself. Right. That's why you got your nipples pierced, and you obviously don't have a bra on at the gym. Like, but okay, sure. And you're wearing G-strings because they're comfortable. I'm sure. All right. And then you got them motherfuckers. Like, there's just always something going on. Like, I just can't stand people that are so into themselves. Like, it's disgusting to me. Like, I could understand, you know, I could give people credit, you know, for being handsome if you're a dude, or being beautiful if you're a woman. I give people, I got no issues or squabbles with that. You're beautiful, but we don't got to talk about it all fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, like, if that's obviously the only thing that you own all the fucking time, you know, like,
it's interesting too, because like So one time I was hanging out with one of my friends, and like while we were sitting there, she created a new account on one of these dating apps. And she was showing me as she was swiping through like all these guys and stuff, you know. And I was surprised because I was like, yo, a lot of these dudes look kind of rough. Like I felt pretty good about myself after. And I don't think I'm like a super amazing, handsome guy or whatever.
Right.
But I was like, yo, some of these dudes are just, and I mean, it's not even that they look, some of them just look crazy. Like, yo, I feel bad for that dude because he looks crazy. Like he's got some problem. He just don't look good.
Right.
But even that, a lot of times it's like, yo, this dude would be all right because he's a guy. You know, guys, you could look kind of weird if you clean yourself up, wear some nice shoes or some shit.
Right.
But there's just so many sloppy motherfuckers on these dating apps and stuff. Like you do get a handful of like these, you know, weird, swole ass model looking dudes. But honestly, I don't think those dudes probably need to even go on dating apps because they just get ass thrown at them all the fucking time.
From wherever they at.
Yeah. So, because I can tell you the entire time she swiped through maybe 30 dudes and none of them dudes, you know how it is. I was like, yo, that dude's like, he's a handsome dude. You know, I was like, nah, none of these dudes are like, these are just goofy to regular looking dudes. Like none of these dudes are like, yo, that dude's kind of handsome. I could see him being like in a magazine or some shit. That dude's got his shit together. I didn't really see no dudes like that while she was swiping around.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, damn, this is weird. Like, I thought guys were out here, you know, there's this perception that so many guys are out here trying to exercise and look good and all this kind of shit.
Right.
But I don't think there's a lot of guys like that. Most dudes
might
are
be
just
like a Hollywood thing.
You know what? That's probably true. If you good luck, probably if you were in LA or some shit.
Right.
Because all these no working actor motherfuckers, you gotta compete with them. But like where I'm at, it's not even all like that. And it could be different in Miami too.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
Miami might be a whole
there's
different
gonna be
ballgame.
a higher concentration of conceited people.
Yeah.
You know, because they want to be on South Beach or whatever the fuck it's called. You know, like they're beach bums, basically. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, hey, whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying not to judge people. I'm trying to just find people that fit, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I'm selective. I try not to be judgy.
Right. Yeah, man. That shit can't be easy though.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Man.
For now, at least. Right. I don't know. We'll see. I'm learning every day.
Right.
In other news, though, I told you I got another car, right?
Yeah.
Did I tell you I got another car?
I know you had a white SUV that you were trading for the red one.
The red one, yeah. Did I tell you what happened to the white one?
No.
But there were two products. So the white one looked nice. Okay. It was a little bit, I mean, it was 2017, but the body design was from like 2009. They had not updated this particular model forever. Okay. So it looked a little outdated. It was a little small, but that one was like the top end. It had everything.
Right. The leather and all that.
Yeah. The premium sound system. Like, dude, it was legit. The 19-inch wheels. I was like, yo, this motherfucker is nice. But there were two
problems. I thought them rims looked nice.
Yeah, they were 19s, man. But the first problem is that the second time I drove it, the check engine light came on. I was like, this motherfucker. So I ended up buying, they got these little Bluetooth things you can use to read the codes on your car.
Okay.
Like you plug it into the little port. It's called the OBD2 port, onboard diagnostics 2. And you can read like what happened in the computer to cause the light to come on. And it basically said it was something to do with the some emissions type shit, specifically with fuel. And the first thing it says is make sure the gas cap is on tight. Because for some reason, if the gas cap is not on, it detects like a fuel vapor leakage or some shit, and it
Mhm.
can trigger, the light. So I'm like, okay. So I go back to the gas thing and open it up, and immediately I smell gas.
Mm.
I'm like, okay. And then I look, and like it has like a little string, like a little plastic string to make sure the gas cap don't fall off
Mhm.
and hit the floor. And it looked like it was sort of underneath it when they had screwed it in, so it didn't screw in all the way type situation.
Mm.
So I closed it back up, and then I reset the code. And then basically it's like, okay, well, eventually after a couple days, it'll check everything again. And if it's good, then the code will go away completely. It's only halfway gone away right now.
Okay.
So I did that, and ultimately it never came back on. So I was like, okay, that's a good sign. But then the other thing I discovered the next day is that there was a crack in the windshield,
Mm.
about half an inch wide or so, that I had not noticed before. In addition to that, there was a shitload of like chips in the windshield that I didn't notice either right away.
Mm.
And I think it might have been because the first time I drove it was raining.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
the windshield wasn't clear. So I just couldn't tell that, it
Right.
had all these little dots on it. So between that and the fact that it was a little bit on the small side,
Mm-hmm.
and it required premium fuel,
Mm.
I was like, this other one is bigger. It's got some better features, like safety features, like it'll yell at you if you try to change lanes and there's somebody next to you,
Okay.
which is useful in Florida.
Oh yeah.
And it's a year newer,
Right.
and it's only like $1,000 more. So I'm like, I'll go with this one. And I think it's nicer. I like it better.
Did they deliver it yet?
Yeah,
Pick
I
up
got
the
it
other one?
yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Yep. They picked up the old one and brought the new one. The new one's legit, man. I like it.
So,
So
congrats.
thanks, man. I'm probably gonna keep it as long as nothing happens. I'm good with it. It's a keeper.
Keeper.
Yep.
That's cool.
So now I can take my
A
bike.
little SUV.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get a trailer hitch too,
Mm. Okay.
which shouldn't be too. I was looking at a video. It looks like it's pretty easy to install, actually. So
Okay. That's cool.
shouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Yeah. You got some room in your yard for a trailer. If you
Yep.
need to put one next to the carport or something
Yeah.
like that.
I feel like I might need one in case I need to evacuate Florida. Take some shit with me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird, man. Having to have a backup plan for evacuations. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Yeah, it's the Florida life, man. That's
Right.
another reason I wanted to get a bigger car, because I'm like, if I got to drive, up
Right.
north somewhere, I might as well I need to be able to take some of my stuff with me, fit my
Right.
people, my kids, and the dog, and some bags
Right.
and shit. So this has a lot more room than my car does. So it should be better.
Yeah. That's cool. More prepared.
Yep. I think
cool.
that's about it for me, though, man.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I got much more.
Oh, I got one more small thing.
Mm.
I saw this article where Facebook got in trouble because they were like, here, watch this video with a black guy in it. So then you watch the video, and then Facebook says, would you like to see more videos with primates in them?
Whoa! Whoa!
Because their algorithm is confusing black men with primates.
Wow. Or is it?
I mean, was that an accident? Was that on purpose? I don't know. They haven't said anything, supposedly.
You want to see more videos with these fucking monkeys?
I thought you'd get a
damn.
kick out of that.
Oh, that's rough.
It is,
Jesus
man. It's fucking
Christ.
wrong.
You'd like to see more videos with primates? And God damn. Jesus. These motherfuckers, boy.
Savage, man.
Savages. That's funny. That's funny.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
It was good chatting.
Been one. Hope you have a good time tonight.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's the K-Town Brothers podcast. Holla.
Peace. We need some outro music, man.
Yeah, we do.
One of these days, I'm gonna step up production values.
Okay.
One of these days, I'm gonna make it a plan just so I can learn.
Give you something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we could use some outro music.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right,
bro.
man. I'll
Take
talk
it
to you
easy.
later.
All right, later.
Later.